Hello world, hello world. How you guys doing? Welcome to Mayhem in May. Listen, today is day 5, and one of the good topics, great topics that I love to talk about is decluttering your business. Listen, not only will the information I'm going to share with you today will help you declutter your business, it will also help you declutter your lifestyle, right? Your personal life. It's just everything in general, right? So I'm excited about that today. Listen, guys, we are going to be talking about, again, decluttering your business. So before I dive into it, allow me to give you my tip. The best advice for small business management is to let go of anything that is not contributing to a healthier, happier, and more productive workspace. This could mean dismissing an employee who is not meeting expectations while others are shouldering more burden, parting ways with the client that is taking up more than their share of resources, or even getting rid of old paperwork that is no longer necessary. Clearing the emotional, physical, and mental clutter of the office and in your mind will lead to better decision making in life and in business. So, guys, today I'm going to give you guys 7 tips on how to declutter your business. So the first tip is only keep things you need. Okay. Sometimes it can be beneficial to start fresh when organizing a workspace. This can be done by removing all objects from the area, and only adding back what is truly necessary. Sorry about that, guys. What is truly necessary. Consider this approach to your office, whether at home or off-site. Remove anything remove everything, and then slowly add back items as they are needed. Doing this allows one to more effectively determine which items are essential and which do not serve a purpose or impede productivity. It is okay to keep a few items for sentimental reasons, but this process is a great way to maximize the use of the available resources. So it's very, very important that you only keep things that you need. Now, listen, guys, you guys heard me say this, and you will hear me say this throughout this 31 days that I'm teaching Mayhem in May, is that 3 things that you have to master. One is great listening skills, and I'm going backwards here. The second one is you want to make sure you have great organization skills, right? These are the 3 components. And I know I just named 2, but there's 3 components that I always teach that you have to master. And one of them is great organization skills. Okay. So again, going into tip 2, organize your office based on practicality. Okay. And what this means is to create an effective workspace, start by decluttering, following the start from scratch method. Then arrange the remaining items in order of how often you use them. Place your most frequently used items within easy reach, such as the top desk drawers for chargers and notebooks. Pens and pencils should be in a cup or container nearby, while other supplies such as headphones, staples, and rubber bands can be stored in a lower drawer. This system will help ensure your most important items are always close by and will help boost productivity. The rest of the office should be arranged in similar fashion, with the least used items further away. Now, listen, one of the things that I do when I am in a mode of trying to create maybe a presentation deck, or I'm preparing myself for a presentation, is I'll take my phone and place it in another room, right? And I get it. Sometimes you'll put it on do not disturb, or, a time, whatever you do. The problem with that is that the phone is still at your reach for you to pick up every time you got a moment to scroll on social media. But if it's not in your space, if a ding goes off, it doesn't alert you to say, oh, let me just check this and see what this is, right? So again, organizing your office, right, based on practicality is very, very important. The next tip, number 3, sort by keeping recycle / trash and belongings elsewhere. So if you're looking for a fast way to organize your supplies and belongings, try the rule of threes, which is create 3 boxes of bags labeled keep, recycle, or discard, okay? And place it somewhere else. This should help you find a place for everything. If you're feeling sentimental about certain items, don't hesitate to give them a new home. Just make sure to remove the clutter from your office. Additionally, remember to recycle any paper and plastic and throw away any empty bottles, flyers, or leaflets. Okay. So this is kind of how it's for my people who just don't like to get rid of stuff, or if it's somewhat of an importance to you, create that, right? Create those 3 spaces for yourself where it's either a keep, it's either a recycle or discard, or it's let me place it somewhere else, right? And then what happens is you're able to go to these 3 sections. So the place somewhere else section, you can actually go to that section, pick it up and say, okay, and start taking things out one at a time. Oh, this goes here and this goes here, to the point where the place somewhere else section becomes empty, right? And then the things that you're keeping, you now can start taking things out one by one and say, oh, let me place this here, let me place this there, okay? Tip 4, get your cables under control. Most of you are fighting and struggling with a multitude of chargers. I will be one to say that I am extremely bad with, I was bad with cables and things of that nature. Now I have a bin, right? Where I will take a rubber band and I will fold that one cable up and I'll wrap a rubber band around it and throw it into my bin of cables. Why? Because now, anytime I need a cable, I don't pick up this clog of cables and try to untangle a cord accordingly. Now what I'm able to do is go to that bin and say, okay, I need a cable for an iPhone charger. I now know to look for the end. I can easily just pick out that one charger and boom, I'm good to go, right? So organizing the cables in your office may seem like a never-ending battle, but it doesn't have to be a challenge. Investing into a Dymo labeling system, a cable lock system to help keep cables organized can save you time and money in the long run. To get creative, you can also use household items like film containers, paper holders, shoe boxes, and more to help label and store your cables. With these systems in place, it can make it easier to identify and fix issues that arise within your electronics quickly and effectively and efficiently. Okay. So that's just another tip. Definitely, if you think about cords and cables, they are all over the place in our office space. And they can tend to be an issue without you thinking that they are. It really can, especially when you're really looking for a particular cable to charge something. Tip 5, take a photograph. You actually might be shocked if you want to truly understand how visitors view your office. A great way to do so is to take a photograph of it from the doorway. This simply exercise can give you an entirely new perspective, potentially revealing clutter and mess that you may be blissfully unaware of. To really get a good idea of what needs tidying up, try taking pictures from different angles as well. You may be surprised by what you actually see. And I get it. Sometimes in our workspace, we create what works for us, right? That still doesn't mean that it's kind of right? The best way to kind of reverse engineer that is getting yourself accustomed to not working in a cluttered environment, working in more of an organized environment, because when you do that, then your environment becomes more organized. Okay. So it's a process, just like it was a process to make you feel comfortable enough to work in a cluttered environment. You can also have a process of working in an uncluttered environment. Okay. Tip 6, digitize your notes and documents. One of my favorite. Instead of letting your paper documents pile up and take up precious desk space, digitize them instead. Use your smartphone to quickly and easily scan the documents in order to create electronic copies. Once you have all digital copies, you can either discard or recycle the paper versions. Additionally, make use of various note-taking apps such as Evernote, Google Docs, Google Keep. Also, I have a bunch of different softwares that we use. I'm gonna be honest with you. These are just three of the ones that came to mind that may be beneficial to people that know about these. I don't use these per se. We have another method that we use. If you're interested in that, leave it in the comment section below. I have no problem with giving you guys that information. And of course, the notes apps that are on iOS and Android phones to store and synchronize your data across multiple devices in the cloud. If you have business cards, take photos of them and add to the contacts, your contact list. And then you can pretty much get rid of the physical card. Digitizing your documents provides an easy way to search through them quickly and conveniently. And watch this, it also keeps them intact, meaning that paper will fade, right, at some point. So you know how you guys got receipts, right? You may have a receipt folder and you may store those receipts in that folder because you're trying to be organized. Well, I hate to tell you that ink will fade no matter how you store it, unless you laminate it, right? So we know that we're not going that far. So it's easy for you to just go ahead and create a folder within the cloud, maybe titled receipts, and then that gives you the capability to store those receipts, and you can always reference back to them. One of the institutions that everybody is well aware of, I have stock in this institution. What I love about what Walmart does is that when you create an account with Walmart, you're able to reference back to the receipts. As long as you have your card attached to your account, you can swipe your card in Walmart and your purchases will actually go into your receipt section on Walmart, right? So that is a great way to keep, track of those receipts, especially if you are one like myself who purchased the warranty to your items, right? One of the most important things that you got to have is what? The receipt. Tip 7, last but not least, develop stronger organizational habits. If you want to stay clutter-free in your office or even at home, stay forming a new habit of cleanliness and organization. Every time a new item enters the office, such as mail or a document, take the time to decide what to do with it right away or before the day is over. Ask yourself if the item should be kept, trashed, recycled, or placed somewhere else. Remember those 3 bins I was telling you about. Taking the initiative to avoid clutter is the best way to maintain an orderly office. Listen, guys, I'm telling you now, if there's anything that I can tell you about, not only just this topic, but applying this to your life, it's very, very helpful. Trust me, it removes the frustration, especially if you are a person who doesn't prepare relatively well. If you do things last minute, then you might want to take advantage of making sure things are organized, right? So that way it's like, man, I'm looking for this cord. Oh, wait a minute, it's in the cord drawer, right? In my cord section. Oh man, I'm looking for this particular paperwork. Well, wait a minute, it's in my paperwork section, right? I'm telling you now, decluttering your office space, decluttering your business, decluttering your life is so much beneficial when it comes to you advancing, right, in your element. I'm telling you now, you may not think that it makes a difference, but it does. I promise you, take it from experience, it does. So listen, I hope that this tip, the tips that were given today helped you. I want you to apply these tips to your life. Most importantly, stay focused, don't stop, keep going. You guys already know my quote. Coming together is the beginning, sticking together is progress, but working together is success. Stay tuned for day 6 on Mayhem in May. Peace.